Start your day with purpose. Let your soul awake. On the daily ride, find strength for every step you take. A journey with Jesus, discovering your true name. His love lights your path, no day is ever the same. The daily ride, let your heart be free. Devotion every day for you and me. Understanding grows, faith comes alive, step by step with Jesus.
Hey Trail Riders, welcome back to the Daily Ride. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be talking about two kinds of people. The power passage comes to us today from Joshua 24:15, which says, "Choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve." The power thought for today is that blessed is the man who endures temptation, for when he has been approved, he will receive a crown of life, which the Lord has promised to those who love him. Connecting passage for today is Judges 4:1-24, Judges 5:1-31, Matthew 10:39, James 1:12, and Revelation 2:10. The scriptures that get us through the Bible in a year is 2 Chronicles 8, 3 John, Habakkuk 3, and Luke 22. When the Israelite-Canaanite war was won, Deborah, the judge, arrived at the dockside to visit Dan, asking him one withering question: why did Dan remain on ships? Dan sat still, fingers fumbling nervously with a coin. He could not lift his eyes to face the Holy Spirit's anointed woman of God. Her question haunted him the rest of his life. And that question will be heard again at the throne of God. When Dan and all the rest of us have to give our account of our lives, will Dan look at the Lord and be too ashamed, not knowing what to answer, hanging his head in confusion? Zebulun and Naphtali did not have Dan's eyes for business. Dan made money. But Zebulun and Naphtali made history that day, fighting to save Israel in the battle still talked about today. They risked everything, even life itself, fighting in the high places of the field. Dan staked nothing. He never took risks. When Dan died, he was the richest man in the country. Then, as his soul was leaving his body, perhaps Dan grabbed for his gold, wanting to take some with him, and the angel of death could have swept him away with a laugh. You have made your pile, now somebody else will spend it. The call of God is still heard by Zebulun and Naphtali's people today, but not by Dan people. Churches are composed of one or the other kind. The Dan people are those who consider their businesses more important than God's work, their homes more precious than heaven for the lost, the saving of money more expedient than soul saving. Any pastor will tell you who the Dan or the Zebulun and Naphtali characters are in their congregation. It's always the same people who respond and give and work. If it was not for them, the church would close. Some obey God's call at any cost, but others would not risk 5 cents for God. Zebulun and Naphtali died on the battleground for God's kingdom. Jesus said, "He who loses his life for my sake will find it. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life." There's a nobility in the kind of dying, and even in one's readiness to give all, which we now recognize and honor on earth. But the Lord himself will recognize it when a glittering crown of life is placed upon one's head by the hand of Christ himself. Of the Dan folk, Jesus said, "He who his life will lose it." Make your choice today. Our quiet time thought comes to us today from Isaiah 30, verse 18, which says, "Therefore will the Lord wait, that he may be gracious unto you." F.B. Meyer had this to say about this passage. This is God's way. In the darkest hours of night, he draws near across the billows. As the day of execution is breaking, the angel comes to Peter's cell. When the scaffold of Mordecai is complete, the royal sleeplessness leads to a reaction in favor of the threatened race. Soul, it may have come to the worst with thee ere thou art delivered. But wilt thou be? God may keep thee waiting, but he will ever be mindful of his covenant and will appear to fulfill his inviolable word. God bless you guys. I hope you'll continually follow me here on the Daily Ride, and I'll see you on the next trail ride.